not bad. I went to the Yingling family brewery last week, up in the old brewery up in Pottsville, PA. Bought a case of this stuff. You can only get this in the state of Pennsylvania. Good stuff. Lord Chesterfield Ale. So the last time I did, so welcome. My name is Tenacious Earl. Let me swing this around for a moment. I need to loosen my vice a bit. All right. Last time I did this is the Tenacious Golf Tour. That's how you would read that intro, or the title to the video here. The last time I did this in a way that was not, it was not public when I was recording it. So I'm doing that here. I'm going to see how that works out. I'm going to pull up the live stream here so I could. Now, here's the thing. I can potentially answer some questions. I think what I'm going to plan to do, you can ask questions. If I don't see them, and I don't answer, don't take offense or anything, because I kind of want to get this squared away up through the cut, making the cut. So if I get a little distracted and really get honed in on doing this early part, and describing the tournament here and all that stuff, apologies. I think what I will do is this weekend is when I'm planning to hopefully roll out the rest of this tournament, especially the final round. That's really in the way that History Maker Golf does these tournaments, the tournament mode. The only golf, the only golf that you play as far as their mechanism for playing golf itself is the final round. So I'm going to try and do that this weekend. I think before that I will try to maybe have a quick 30-minute or so, maybe longer if there are more questions, kind of a Q&A about this stuff. So that way, if anybody has any questions about what's going on, that way if I miss a question or maybe you understand or realize I'm kind of focused in on doing what I'm doing here at the moment, that maybe you don't feel comfortable asking the question, I'm going to try to set something up where we can do that. So this is the Hawaiian Challenge, 2018 Hawaiian Challenge. I want to quickly update that I had originally said that the first tournament, being the what did I call that? The Silverado Open, that was in October of 2017, like the actual PGA Tour. I guess I just decided for convention's sake to make that January 11. I'm 2018. I guess it's just the way I'm doing it this time. For the 2019 version of this tour, I am going to do sort of the wraparound. I'm also going to be getting a couple of the courses that will allow me to do 3 tournaments before this. Before this Tournament of Champions type event. Shut up, you stupid thing. All right, maybe it's shutting up now. My Kindle there is bothering me. So there's, because this is the first, hi Mark Russell, because this is the first time I'm going through this tour, there's going to be some inconsistencies from what I really want to do from the second tour on. And so you'll see that here in this tournament. So just bear with me. I'll explain what I'm talking about. Hopefully it becomes more apparent, especially if you are someone who understands the PGA Tour setup and the way they do things there. And, certain tournaments are the way they are. But I'm going to turn this to the table and we'll get going here. If I can do this in a way that kind of... Yeah, let's start with that. So I'm trying, I wanted to spin this around a little more too, so. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, and I got to do this in a way that doesn't, make sure this phone doesn't, go tumbling. Okay, so, here we go. You might not be able to read my hen scratch, but that's okay. So this is the 2018 Hawaiian Challenge. It's going to be at Palm and Orchid Golf Club at Kapalua, better known as the Kapalua. I forget which course that's called. I should know off the top of my head. I've played it many times on computer. The Lynx family of golf simulate, whatever you want to call it, golf games on the computer had Kapalua as one of its, the Plantation course, I think is what it's called. You can see these dates are going to be January 25th through 28th. We're taking the 2017 winning score from the tournament in real life, which was 270. It's actually the same winning score that the tournament that the Silverado Open was based off of. What that was the same score. So we will do a roll to determine what our actual score will be targeting. Just to describe here, the field is going to be 126 golfers. So the reason I'm doing this, in real life, and in the 2019 version of this tournament, this will be a tournament of champions. We're going to take all of the champions from the 2018 Tenacious Golf Tour, and then the first 3 tournaments that precede the 2019 Hawaiian Challenge. We're going to take those champions, and that will be the field, to try and simulate real life as best I can, even though these are fictional golfers. And I should have probably mentioned that up front. Again, this is a fictional set. The other thing I might do during that question and answer video is I might just go through what the current standings are as far as all that stuff goes, money winnings. So we haven't done any other tournaments since that first one. So the field is 126. It's the 125 that are the tour card holders. It's the ones that I had drawn into the card, into having a tour card. And then also Toshio Takai, or Takei, however you want to say it. He finished in the top 10 in the Silverado Open. So because this is not a true invitational, I'm allowing for this to be an exemption that he can have because he was a top 10. If he doesn't finish in the top 10 here, then come tournament 3, which might be at Torrey Pines. I think that might be the next one. Off the top of my head, he wouldn't be. He would have to go into the qualifiers for that. I'm also thinking for tournament 3 forward, for things that are open tournaments where we're going to have qualifiers, I may play some rounds ahead of time to try and lead into that. So have each of the qualifiers have a chance to try and qualify for the tournament by playing rounds. So we'll see how that works out. All right. So if you recall, it's here in the front of my book. I wrote it down. This is how we determine the target golf score. The target finishing score based off of the actual one, which was, like I said, 270. What I do is I roll a d6 and then also the decider die. So if the decider die shows the dot, we multiply everything by 2. A 1 is you add 2 to the score. So what that means is that's kind of a tougher climb. Maybe it's been really windy and so the greens are very dry, or maybe they got the rough was a little longer this week, so that created a challenge for the players. Or up to 6, we're going to have -3, so you could end up having a 6 less, and that would be, let's say, they softened up those greens a lot so that they were able to play some really close iron shots into the hole, and just really made the scores excellent. So Jason asked, what company makes this game? This is Play, Plaay, same company that makes History Maker Baseball. Their website is plaay.com for anybody who is interested in checking out their products. They just released Course Pack 11, which is on my list of to gets because it's got regular tour courses, including the Tour Championship course. I don't know what the fictional name for it is, but it's East Lake in real life. So I got to get out D6 and I might as well just get out all of the dice, because I'm probably going to be sticking with this until the tournament's over, and kind of just taking a little detour from the Phillies replay. I've got to input some scores and stuff like that, and I definitely know there's like a call up, so on the roster for the Marlins, so it's causing me to just procrastinate a bit. So we're going to roll this out, and it's a 5 without a dot, so that's a -2, so it's going to be a 268 will be the target score. What that will set things up down the road. Just got red, white, and blue racing from them. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I know there's a lot of videos that are out there, out here, I guess I should say, on YouTube that are into the racing thing. I should take a look and see if they have anything in regards to Formula One. I've been getting more into Formula One here lately, but hi, Ken. Alright, so we've determined the target score. We don't need to worry about any additional golfers because we are using the 125 plus the top 10 guy who wasn't a tour card holder. That's Takai. I'm going to try and juggle these up a bit here. So I'm going to try and shuffle them up as best I can. And then what we need to do is we're going to need to come up with morning and afternoon groupings. So, and what we'll do then is try to get through the cut. And so I'm just going to try and do the best I can here. There's a part of me that would love to do some of this stuff with the computer. And then there's another part of me that thinks it's, kind of against the credo a little bit of being a card and dice guy to get too involved in using silicon to do the stuff and electrons and all that stuff. I'd like to honor cards and dice as much as possible here, because that's what our genre, I feel like, is. And Jason is jumping off Twitch for this. Hey, I'm cool with that, man. I'm really happy that you say that, but hopefully it. So I've done about probably the best job I can do here. I'm going to cut them a couple times and try and do a shuffle. I mean, it's just tough to shuffle these cards. They're not. I don't know, you guys have probably, imagine trying to shuffle. That's not even a shuffle. Imagine trying to shuffle like the History Maker baseball cards. It's just the card stock is it's just not the easiest thing to do. But that's not really a complaint. That's just, I mean, before tournament 1, I had really just taken the stupid things and spread them all out all over the table and just tried to jumble them up as best I can. All right. We're going to call that good. They're going to have a pretty good shot either way. So what we need to do is we are going to, oh man, I should have, do I have, I don't think there's any way to get drive on here, is there? I'm pretty sure that the cut for, I meant to check that out. Let me see. Give me a moment here to dig around. I need Google Drive. That's where my boy, that's not helping either. So what I'm trying to do is, so I have all of my information on this thing on Google Drive. I have some. Unfortunately, my typing in here is not showing up on the screen. And, okay, there we go. Where are you? There you are. Okay. So here's my drive. And Tenacious Golf Tours. How about that? Isn't that nice? I don't know if you can see that or not. Maybe I should hold it up a little closer. 2018 tour. And here is the main. The main. Let's see if it comes up. That'd be nice if it would. Choose an account. Yeah, I want to. Oh, why? Alright, I'm still going to use. That's a. Get the Drive app. I don't know if I can use it. I think it's 70. I think there are a couple that don't have cuts. Oh, man, but you know, I'm the type of guy that really just it says installed. Do I have Drive on here? I thought I didn't see it. Library. I know I'm kind of throwing away time here. I want to get through this. Google. No, it's not on here. Doesn't know what it's talking about. All right, I'm pretty sure it's 70, so or around 70. So let's just go with that. And if it's not, I'll I'll give it another whirl another night here if necessary. So what we need to do is we need to try and split these up into equal piles, roughly. Yeah, well, in, like, for instance, the Tour Championship, there's only 30 golfers that make that one, so it's really tough to cut when you have that. So here is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the in the real Kapalua, it used to be called the Kapalua International, in the real Tournament of Champions, there is no cut because usually there's at most 25 to 35 golfers, but because I'm using a relatively full field, 125 is often, not often, but there are a few tournaments that are like that, and they have cuts at 70. I think I'm pretty sure I decided at 70. So we've got morning, and we've got afternoon. I'm going to set aside afternoon. And then what we do is set it up in here into 8 piles. I think I'm going to shuffle this even a little bit more here as best I can. And I shut off my guy here so I can't see all of the comments, so that's not helping. Okay, one more shuffle here. Jason says he has no interest in golf in real life, but he's planning on buying this game. You should deal them into even piles. It'll help with the OCD. Oh, that's... I mean, they play... Play recommends that you don't. Or they don't recommend. I guess they just suggest that you don't really have to. Yeah, I'm not so much an OCD guy. There are times I play one on TV. No, I don't know about that. That's just a stupid saying. But let's try and play it the way they describe it in the rules here, and maybe at some point here I will figure out a better way to do some of the other fun. Let's see, that's 7, and I need to cut this one up again. Let me see. I still feel like I'm way short with some of these. Let's see. Let's see, how are we doing here? This guy down here still seems kind of thin. Okay. Come on there, chump. Okay. So, we're going to have... Wait a second. Where'd I put my... I had some... I was going to reuse these index cards, and I don't remember if I put them in the box or in my shoebox. What's this? Here we go. Yeah. Well, there's 2. You're too OCD for that. Deal into 2 piles, and yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think whatever is the best, whatever gives you the most enjoyment is the way that you do it. I'm kind of a rules guy, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I am averse to trying new things in order to improve upon. And I swear I had one. Maybe it's this. Is this? Oh. Yeah, baby. All right, so we've got make the cut, outstanding, and miss the cut. That feels a little thin. My football team just traded for Calvin Benjamin. One of the places that the Bills were thin was in wide receiver, so that is a nice pickup. Yeah, 4 exactly, or 5. Okay, so we are at we're at the point where we're going to use this feller here. This is the handy dandy Tourney day, or no, the not the Tourney day. The Tourney day is final round. This is the first 2 rounds making the cut. It's this side here. If you watched the first tournament, you will have seen that before. What we do is we roll 2 dice for each pile, and this card over here gives you instructions for each pile as to how many cards you take, and some of it's random, some of it's you take the best out of each pile if in that. So we'll start with pile number 1 here, and see, the last time I rolled a d20 in order for the random draw. I think I'm going to do that again. So, not perfect, but it's kind of in the spirit of gaming, I think. So let's go. And for the first pile, it'll be 13. So we draw 2 golfers and choose the top remaining in the pile. So let's see the first one. Lame, cheesy. It's okay. I'm not a snowflake. I can handle lame. So, oh boy, there's 20. Get your counting hat on here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. What really sucks is if these cards stick together and then you kind of messes up your randomization. But let's see. So that's 7, 8. So then we can do 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so Dave Simanowitz Jr., he'll make the cut. Put him over there. And we will re-roll Mr. D20. That's a 12, so we will start from right here. And we've got 7, so we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Duncan Kramer. Yeah, he sounds like Jerry's best friend. And so now we take the top remaining golfer out of here. And we've got a couple 3s and a 5. And what else? There's 3 Bs. And I've got to refresh my memory on ties if there is a tie. Maybe we've got... Yeah, it's going to be a tie. So that's a overall kind of a weak pack there. So give me a moment while I... because there's 2 different methods for... I'm going to result draw. I'm going to choose the top. Allow any golfer tied for the last remaining spot in a stack to make the cut. So both of these guys, Marusi Hirano and Celestino Garcia, they're going to make the cut because they're both 3 Bs. The rest were over 4. And we're going to go to stack 2. 45. Draw 1, and we're going to take the top 4. And another 20. Boy, the old D20 is pulling high today. That purple one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess there's 7. So that's 21 20s right here. Mauricio Mondragon. No, Larry, you can't play through. You're going to sit here and watch me duff a few into the freaking drink. Alright, so we take the top 4. Wow, yeah, so we got 2A, 2B, 3A, 3C, or 3B and 3C. And then you got a 4 and a 5. They have missed the cut. Yeah, I'm going to pull a good old, what's-his-face. I don't know. I don't know the actor, or I know the actor. It's Costner. I don't know the character, but the Tin Cup guy. I'm going to plan a few sea anemones or whatever the heck those things are called down there in the bottom of the... Alright, 16. We haven't had any outstandings yet. So, draw 5. Ooh, boy. It's going to take a while. So, let's just set them out here. We know we're going to have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, well, that was pretty good. Well, you missed it. That's a 1, so we're going to take the top one. Sykes. 2, we'll take the third one. Yamasaki. So let's roll it again. How many? It was a 16, so that is... What was that? That was 5. Okay, well, we're going to get all but 3 out of this, right? All right, so 3 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Buddy Carawan. Karawin. 10. All right, so where did I take that from? I think I took it from right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's going to be 5. Chimes. What, one more? Because we had 8. And we take 5 away. And it'll be this guy. Thorson. Anybody, Tord Thorson. How about that name? Anybody in here extra special? Kenji Morita. Gotta miss the cut. It's a trap. All right. That's what Akbar says when he's on the golf course when he hits it in the sand. It's a trap. 45 again. That's draw 1 and top 4. So let's see how far down this guy we've got to go. Yeah, the whole way. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I've done pretty well here with so far. So you got 8, 16. That's the top one, right? 17. You go 8, 16, 17. LaSalle. All right, we'll reveal them all here and take the top 4 remaining. Here, I'll put them out here so you can see. Try to the best I can. Maybe I'll just turn this down a little. Boy, we've got some clunkers in here. Well, there's Gareth Leonard as a 1B. You've got Cavallari a 2A. You've got Copeland a 2B. And who's left? You've got a 4A. That's it. So a bunch of 5s are left. You didn't get any complete... You didn't get any really nasty back markers there, but... Alright, pile 4 and a 36. Draw 3. Oh, there's going to be 6 out of maybe 7 out of this. I'm going to move all these guys over here. So that way I can put these out. So we're going to draw 3 and then take the top remaining 3. So a lot of guys are coming out of this pile. Okay, well that's 7. So guess what? We're going to get all but 1 out of this. So let's see if the worst golfer can get drawn. 13. So that's 7. So right here is number 13. 4C. That's going to be down there. 10. So 6. This would be 12, 11, 10. There's a 3C. We've got one more we draw. 18. So we took from here. So that's 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Toshio Takai makes his second cut. Nice. The qualifier. All right. And now the rest of these sons of guns. We got to see who the top are left. Oh, and Ernie McCown gets tossed aside. Poor guy. Almost made it. All right, so this pile here. 45 again. That's a draw 1, and then the top 4. How many do we need to go down? 10. Now let's see how many are in the pile here. 1, 2. 5, 6, 7. So 10 would be 8, 9, 10. Fabio Antonucci. And then we take the top 4 that are left. Plus ties. All right, so, okay, we're going to have the middle 4 here. The 5A and the 5B are the back markers. They're going to miss the cut. And we're almost through the morning pairings. $46 this time. That's also draw 1 and take the 4. So let's see how many we got to go. 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5 is 12. So this guy here. The winner of the previous tournament, Adam Trenchard, makes the cut. So, and then from there, the top 4 remaining: Heath Sommers, Chip Connors, Yielding Granbury. Pretty high falutin set here. So we've got these 4 right here going to go on to the weekend, and it'll be Connors and Metcalf booking their flight to wherever they're going next. Maybe the next web tour, or whatever the heck it's called now. Final, and a 5, 6. Draw 1 and choose the top 5. Boy, we're getting a lot of golfers out of this. So let's see, what's the first one? 4. Okay, well, this is easier. We can just go 1, 2, 3, 4. And Emmerich, that stinks for someone in here because they might have had a chance for the random draw, but instead it's boy, we got a heavy hitter pack here. Let's see. And this one ended up with like 1 or 2 more. But they get to choose the 5 out of it, so it's probably a good thing we ended up. Let me see. So 5. So you got these 2. There's 2 of them. And then 3, 4, 5. So 3C misses the cut based on that. So that's too bad. All right. Morning complete. We're going to move on to the afternoon. Sorry, trying to do that. Maybe I should start singing the old whatever his name is, King Kamehameha's. That's such a bad thing to say. I can't remember his name. It might be, is it Prince? I don't know. But the Somewhere Over the Rainbow thing. That's not kosher. I can't remember his name. But I think he might have joined What a Wonderful World and Somewhere Over the Rainbow. But no offense to anybody who might be of Polynesian origin, but I need like the pedal steel guitar to make that really sound good. All right, I'm getting these shuffled up here. Bear with me. We should be able to get through this in the hour mark. So let's do the old splitting some hairs. Splitting hairs is for the rabbits. Hope everybody had a decent Halloween out there. Ready for November? It's right there, ain't it? It is right around the corner. Okay. Haven't seen any HMG that have exceptional golfers from the morning session. Are there two different charts or the way the dice happen to roll? So you've got 14, 34, and 66 are the outstanding golfer rolls. So you kind of need, if you don't get one of those rolls, then you don't end up with outstanding. And so that kind of puts the kibosh on that. But really, it leaves an opening for someone to kind of sneak out of the back of the pack. So let's go with the first one here, 25. 3 golfers to draw. That's one of my favorite songs. When Black Friday comes, stand down by the door. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to provide some entertainment with the somewhat mind-numbing activity of putting these cards out here like this. So let me see, is this one? Yeah, so I've got some more room over here to show you all of them. So this is a large pile here, larger than the other ones. It's what, 10 deep? That's a 12. You didn't see it, but there it is, 12. So that means 10, 11, 12. Wyatt Sells. 2 more, right? 25 was draw 3, top 2. It's a 15. So now we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Evan Aldrich, 2A golfer. That's pretty good. And then one more. One is going to be this guy. Soren Overgaard. Journey on the TV drowned out whatever I was trying to sing. I will not try to sing Steve Perry, although I do enjoy singing, what do you want to call it? Falsetto when I'm by myself. So, all right. So you can see here that we've got, what did it say? Draw the top 2 remaining. Well, we've got 2 2s. So we've got some 3s here that are not going to go through. We've got Rance Aberlay and Gail Honorado. And then the rest of these guys are going to go fry some taters for the other golfers to try help them stay nourished during the final 2 rounds. So a 15, we're going to draw a 4. Man, we're going to be here forever with that, hey? Draw a 4, and then the single top remaining golfer. So, boy, that pile was not so good. So, one guy out of this pile, and we had that other pile is getting, didn't get a whole lot of love. This one's going to get mostly love. 6, 7. Steve Foshi, 5. So we're back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kawahara, 10. So 4, 8, 10. 3, and then one more. That's Craig Angelo, 18. So that's 3 is a multiple of 6. So, or 3 is a multiple of 18. So that'll be Benicio Vazquez. So we take the one top remaining golfer, and it'll be Ellis Moberly. What a name. Some of these names are pretty interesting. Here we go. 56. We've had 56 a couple times. We draw 1, and then the top 5 left. So 7. We'll draw the 7th. 2, 3, 4. Boy, I tell you what, I did a pretty poor job of, so what was this? 56. Draw 1 in the top 5 remaining. Well, guess what? We're going to have to take them all. So we got Lucas Rooney, Sheridan Cook, Minini, Casey Holder. Well, I'll tell you what, their Jason, maybe I can understand why you might want to do the shuffling them and dealing them out into the piles, because it can be tough to get them. But there's some randomization to all this, so it's not like I'm sitting here, leaving them, trying to put certain guys into certain piles or anything. So 25. We had that one before. That's draw 3, top 2. Let's go ahead and fan them out here. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a little bit better. What did I say? 3 and 2. So 25 is 3 and 2. 13. So 7 and 6 is 13. So Su Sheng Tian. 2 more 13. So we start here 6, 12, 13. Franz Huckel. We start back from the top. That's a multiple of 5. So Nate Killo. And then we've got the best 2 out of these. Cameraman and Ingram. Augie and Angus. How about that? A couple names for the record book. All right, 4 more piles. We're almost through with the first 2 rounds. 34. All right, so here you go, Jason. You were wondering about this. A 34, draw 1 outstanding golfer, choose the top 3 remaining. So here's one where some lucky guy is going to basically get a free pass to make it a free pass to the top of the leaderboard at the end. So let's see who gets the luck of the draw here. Come on, Chief. Just wanting to stick together a touch. And so here we go. Here's another one with 10. They're like, it doesn't seem fair. So this guy's going to be outstanding. Who is it going to be? It's a 19, so we've got 10. It's going to be this one. Who is it? Delmo Mazzanti. A 5B. He's going to get a pass to the end. So good for him. He's going to get it basically. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to work out that way, but he'll be in a group of potentially only himself unless we get a couple other, 1 or 2 others here. So that was the 1 is outstanding. Then we check the top 3 that are left. This is there's a good one. What was it? The top 3 left? Yeah, so guess what? I was thinking we were going to have a bunch of these. We had a bunch of these 4s. None of them go through. It's going to be the 1C, Enrique Magallanes, Shinzi Konishi, the 2B, and Tom Sudbury, 3A. All right, let's re-roll here. And an 11. Guess what? This is a tough roll. This pile, you only get the top golfer from the 11. So the 11 is exceptionally cruel to a pile. So let's see. Well, make sure that none of them are sticking together, and it looks like it's going to be Danny Gallatin who makes it through, and then the other guys are going to be watching it from the gallery at the very best. Let me have a drink here. That's a 25. 25 is draw 3, top 2 left. So 11. 1, Let me get this up here. So 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Guess what? We're going to have 11 here. Well, so 11 is going to be the one. So it's going to be Ian Robards. We've got 2 more that we draw. So 14. So that means we still have 10. And it'll be number 4 out of that then. Ziggy. I know Espo likes Ziggy Juno. So and a 15. So we've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Last one. Duke Vernon. That's another nice name. Duke of Vernon. Vernon. Duke of Vernon. Vernon. Okay, so then because it was a 25, we had the top 2 that we pick, and it's going to be these 2 fellas down here. Jae-gun Woo. Jae-gun Woo, maybe that's how you say it, and Darren Sears, a little easier to pronounce. And yeah, the rest of these guys can have a few beers and wash down their sadness. And final roll, see if Delmo has anybody else in the outstanding group. There's a 34, and there will be. How about that? We will draw an outstanding golfer from this. So let's spread them out here and see who will be one or both of these guys will have some favor come the final round probably, but it's not a guarantee. Okay, let's roll. And so just in case anybody asks the question in the comments, why do I roll when it says draw? It's because I feel like when I draw, I don't give the ends a good proportionation of, it's probably not so random. I think it's when you draw cards, like if you fan them out, you kind of take something from the middle. And so I figure this is probably the most, it may not be the most efficient, but it's maybe the most, what I feel is a random way to do it. I don't know if it's most. I'm just going to say it's a random way to do it and make sure we hit all the cards. So it's the third card. Who is going to be outstanding? Carson Riddell. He's a 1C, so he's a pretty good golfer there. He probably would have gotten through either way. Choose the top 3 remaining golfers to make the cut, and the rest will see you next time. See you on the other side. Any more? Nope. It's going to be 3s and the 2. 2A, 3A, and 3B. The 3C is going to miss it. And so it'll be Denny Rowetter. Whenever I see his name, I think of like bedwetter, but Lanny Saxerholt, and Justin Wallace. So that is your. I didn't keep a count. Let me see. What do we have? We got about 5 minutes left to make an hour. So we know we have 2 in the outstanding. So 2. There's 5, 8. Gonna see how many guys made the cut here. Roughly. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well, it should be 70. and there were 126, so it should be about 2/3, right? There'll be some fields that are 156. So let's see, that's 5. I'm just gonna do as rough, as accurate, but as rough, because I don't want to take a lot of time. There's 30. I'm gonna take these upstairs either tonight or tomorrow and input them into my score sheet or whatever, so that way I'll have an accurate determination. And what we might do in our next broadcast is, if we need to, I'd like to be able to do it where I can round out the field if necessary, but I think doing that based off of this kind of a rough check doesn't really do it much justice. So we can have up to 80. You can have up to 80. It's 70 in ties usually. So on the PGA Tour at least. So let's see. So it's about 5. That's probably, there's 65. There's 73 there and 2 more. 75 make the cut. Just a rough guesstimation there. I'm, like I said, I'm going to take these 2 guys. Actually, what I'll do is probably take this pile here, since it's smaller, and get those guys out, and then that will give me an idea of how many are remaining, and see if I need to make any adjustments. But at the moment, it looks like we're in pretty good shape. I think if those are 10 each, that's 70, and then we've got a small pile of 3 and then a small pile of 2, and that would be good. So let's wrap it up here. That's just under an hour worth of early golf stuff for this round, kind of getting everything laid out, laying out the groundwork to try and get a round, final round in hopefully Friday or Saturday. Maybe tomorrow night do the moving day, or whatever they call it, completing the 3rd round. I always think of it moving day because that's what they call it at Augusta. But see which golfers move to the top, and see which ones get flushed out to the still in the cash. You cash out when you make the cut, but it just may be a little less. Actually, in current tournaments, some of the time they make another cut after the 3rd round. If there's too many guys that make the cut, they won't have them play the final round. I don't know if that has to do with time, like daylight hours, or what it is. They'd still make money, but they wouldn't play 4 rounds. But we're not worried about that. We're just going to try and keep it simple. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was beneficial. I think what I will do is, like I said, Wednesday night. Yeah, it's a 30 to 45 minute process right there. I'd say tomorrow night will be the 3rd round stuff. And then I would say Friday, if not starting the tournament, at the very least, I might do both a question and answer kind of session for 30 minutes or so, depending on how many questions come about. And then maybe after that get started with the final round. And it's because that takes some time. It's you're playing either 4 or 6 foursomes through 18 holes, so it's just a process. And like I said, going forward, I may do qualifying rounds and maybe post those. So All right, I'm gonna let you go here. Thanks for watching. Just over an hour. Look forward to the third round coming up soon, and then by this weekend, I think we will be completing the tournament and hopefully crowning a champion to the 2018 Hawaiian Challenge. Future future incarnations will be tournament of champion style. So, thanks a lot, everybody. I appreciate you liking the video. We got 7 likes here already before we're shutting this down. I really appreciate that. And stay tuned for plenty more uh, baseball, golf, horse racing. Probably get some football, basketball, all sorts of things. Eventually, hockey in there as we move forward. As this is now the Tabletop Baseball Plus channel, trying to really throw a bunch of different games out there and support all of you who enjoy playing these games. Thanks a lot for watching. Really enjoy your support and enjoy being able to interact with all of you through these videos and showing you how to play games and maybe even learning a thing or two myself in the process. Thanks a lot. Good night and God bless. And have fun with your tabletop sports, everybody.